Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green forests and rolling hills, lived a young woman named Abeni. She was known for her kind heart, her cheerful laughter, and her caring nature. She was married to Kofi, a hard-working farmer who loved her deeply. But their happiness was clouded by one painful truth. Abeni could not have a child. In their village, being a mother was considered the greatest blessing. Women who had children were respected, while those who didn't were often pitied or made fun of. Abeni faced this cruelty every day. "There she goes," the women whispered, "a tree that bears no fruit." Their words hurt her deeply, and their laughter stayed in her mind long after she walked past them. Even the children, mimicking the adults, would point at her and giggle, further deepening her pain. Even though Kofi comforted her and assured her of his love, Abeni couldn't shake the sadness in her heart. Each day, the unkind words made her feel smaller and more alone. She would often sit by the river, staring at the water as it flowed past, wondering why life had been so unfair to her. One morning, unable to bear it anymore, she made a decision. She packed a small bag, leaving behind her husband and their home, and walked into the forest, hoping to find peace or perhaps a new beginning. The forest was huge and mysterious, with tall trees reaching the sky and sunlight filtering through their leaves in golden beams. Birds chirped melodiously, and the air smelled of earth and flowers. But to Abeni, the beauty of the forest did little to comfort her troubled heart. She walked for days, her feet sore and her body tired, crying and hoping to escape her pain. Tired and hungry, she found a small clearing where a tiny hut stood, hidden by vines and flowers. The hut seemed old yet well kept, and smoke gently rose from its chimney. Curious and desperate, Abeni approached the hut and knocked softly on the wooden door. An old man with a long white beard and eyes that sparkled like stars came out. His presence felt both calming and powerful, and Abeni felt a strange sense of safety and warmth. "What troubles you, child?" the old man asked in a deep, kind voice that seemed to echo through the clearing. Through her tears, Abeni poured out her heart. She told him everything, about her empty womb, the mocking words of the villagers, and the deep sadness she carried. The old man listened carefully, nodding now and then, his face filled with understanding and compassion. When she finished, he smiled gently and said, "You have a good heart, Abeni. The world may not see your value, but the heavens do. I have something that can help you." He went into his hut and returned with a small golden fruit. It glowed softly like it held sunlight inside. Its beauty took Abeni's breath away. "Eat this fruit," he said, "and your life will change in ways you cannot imagine. But remember, every gift has a purpose." Abeni hesitated, wondering if she could trust the old man, but her desperation outweighed her doubt. She took the fruit with shaking hands and with a deep breath bit into it. It tasted sweet, and as she swallowed, a warmth spread through her body, washing away her pain and exhaustion. The old man's wise eyes seemed to shine brighter as he spoke his final words. "Go back to your village and be ready for what's to come." When Abeni returned home, Kofi was overjoyed to see her. He hugged her tightly, tears streaming down his face, and promised never to let her face such sadness again. The villagers, however, looked at her with doubt and curiosity. Weeks turned into months, and to everyone's amazement, Abeni's belly began to grow. The women who had mocked her now stared in wonder, their laughter replaced by whispers of disbelief. How could this woman, who was thought to be barren, suddenly carry a child? Abeni's pregnancy became the talk of the village. Some believed it was a miracle, while others spread rumors of witchcraft. Despite the mixed reactions, Abeni focused on preparing for her baby's arrival. Kofi worked tirelessly to make their home comfortable and safe, his love for Abeni growing stronger with each passing day. In time, Abeni gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. She named him Taye, meaning "he has been seen," because she believed he was a gift from the heavens. But Taye was no ordinary child. From the moment he opened his eyes, there was something magical about him. His laughter brought rain during dry spells, his touch made dead plants bloom, and his presence brought peace to those around him. Even animals seemed drawn to him, often gathering near their home as if to bask in his gentle energy. News of the miraculous child spread quickly, drawing people from other villages. Some came to admire him, others to ask for blessings, and a few with envy in their hearts. Taye, though just a child, seemed wise beyond his years. He spoke words that comforted strangers and brought hope to the hopeless. He often played with other children, his laughter filling the air. But his actions always seemed guided by something greater. One day, as Abeni and Kofi watched Taye play by the river, the old man from the forest appeared again. His wise eyes looked serious this time. "Abeni," he said, "Taye was not born just to bring you joy, though that is part of his purpose. He has been sent to bring balance and harmony to this land. Hard times are coming, and his gifts will be needed to guide your people." Abeni's heart tightened at the thought of her son carrying such a burden, but she knew the old man spoke the truth. From that day, she and Kofi focused on preparing Taye for his destiny. They nurtured his gifts, taught him kindness, and showed him the importance of courage and humility. Years passed, and Taye grew into a young man who brought hope wherever he went. When a terrible drought struck the land, it was Taye who called for rain, his prayers answered by dark clouds that poured life-giving water. When rival villages prepared for war, it was Taye who brought peace with his wise words, calming angry hearts and building bridges of understanding. And when fear and despair threatened his people, it was Taye who reminded them of the strength found in love and unity. Abeni often looked at her son with pride and gratitude. She never forgot the old man's warning, nor did she take for granted the miracle that had changed her life. She had learned that even in the hardest times, there is always hope, and that every struggle can lead to a greater purpose. And so, the story of Abeni and her magical child became a tale passed down through generations, a reminder that the greatest gifts often come from the deepest struggles, and that love, faith, and courage can turn even the darkest days into a brighter future.